Hello, and Randy here playing Farming Simulator 22 on Elk Mountain, Wyoming, and welcome back to Farming on the Map here, episode 3, if I'm counting correctly. Usually I never mention my episode numbers, because I can never remember what episode we're on. But anyway, episode 3 here, working on cultivating up, let's see, what number field is this? Number 4 here. This was was a sugar beet field that we had to do a little extra prep work for, shall we say one? So yeah, we brought our Great Plains Turbo Till down here, which counts as a plow in the game. The hired worker's actually still going over on the other end of the field there. Almost done. And let's see what's, I think this is 0 degrees too, isn't it? Yes, it is. Excellent. Just set up some GPS here a moment. Actually, I could have left it with pretty much the way it was. 30 foot, 30.84. Yeah, marginal difference there. We got our Brilliant Cully mulcher, I think. Yeah, Cully mulcher. I think that's what they call that around where I live, or Cully pactor, I think is what it's called in the game, something like that. So yeah, kind of a bit of a unique tillage tool here. I guess if you call it tillage, more of a packer, I would say, than tillage. But hey, anyway, just getting a little bit of a bounce there. Looks like it needs a little bit of more flexibility in the frame there, if possible. Anyway, like I said, kind of a cool, unique tool here. Between episodes, I haven't finished up cultivating on field 1, so field 1 is all set, and it should be ready to be planted here. So hopefully we'll get to that here this episode. Either taking the John Deere tractor once it's done plowing, or we'll take our Kubota tractor and put that on the job. I haven't fully decided yet. We'll find out. All depends what's available here, I guess, and where the John Deere tractor's at. I would think the Kubota should be able to pull the planter, I would think. And in fact, actually thinking about it, I think the Kubota and the John Deere over there have about the same horsepower. Or is it this tractor and the Kubota? I forget which one. Oh, actually, in technicality of it, all our tractors are about the same horsepower at this point. We're like in the 150 to 200 horsepower range with all 3 of our tractors. So nothing too particularly big, but at least, we got enough horsepower to pull something larger than 3 meters, right? Because, yeah, I don't know about you folks, other than maybe when you first start, the 3-meter equipment, it's a little small for me, unless you're doing like a really small map. Anyone like the old family farm, remember that map? I don't know if that one's probably made it back to Farming Simulator 22, if I had to guess. That map's pretty much, I think, been in every single version of Farming Simulator since it came out. So, and of course, that map, of course, that one had really small fields. And we're talking like really small, like 3-meter cultivators were big in that map, right? But then again, that was like the perfect map when you want to play with some like really old antique equipment. But you know what? That actually might be kind of fun at some point. I haven't seen if we can get enough really old equipment. I'm talking like, and I don't know if we even have anything that old. Yeah, like actually, perfect example right here, like the Zetor. This type of stuff, right, Evan? Perfect map for that. And I don't know how much of that stuff's even available. I know we got a couple of like older John Deeres, but outside of that, I'm not entirely sure. Running with the real dirt color mod here, by the way. So that's why our tractor is turning white on us here, as opposed to maybe more of the brown dirt color. We're running across the limed ground, which, speaking about that, by the way, I did lime this field as well. All our fields here. Actually, you know what? Did I do field 3? I think I did. Let me double check this, gentlemen. I think I've got that one done. Soil types here. Nitrogen. Oh, well, actually, you know what? Nitrogen. We should get some fertilizer on field 3. Which reminds me, I should either we need to empty out our current lime spreader and put fertilizer in it, or we need to get a second one or second something else for fertilizer. So, or we're going up and down the field. That one we can do a little shopping in that department. So down in the solid fertilizer spreaders here. Ooh, a John Deere Gator 10 meter. Yeah, okay, that actually, does that go on the Gator, I guess? John Deere Gator pack combinations here. Oh, it goes on that. Okay. Yeah, I don't know that you necessarily would be doing your field with that. I guess maybe like you're doing like a small portion of the field, just needs a little touch up or something maybe. I don't know, but not sure about that one. Okay, that is definitely an interesting looking fertilizer spreader. That one, wow, that is rather unique. Oh, better watch where we're going here. Let's turn around here. We'll go back to shopping here in a moment. Okay, back to shopping here. Oh, wrong screen. Oh, what do we got under sprayers? Anything interesting under sprayers we can use for fertilizing? Looks like a bunch more of the Jacto? Not entirely sure how you say that equipment. What is this supposed to be? This looks like it probably goes with something, I'm assuming. Well, it says 10 meters. Not sure, Evan. I'm not sure how that gets used. See, it looks like it should have something like this on the back of that. There's a tank on it. Don't know, Evan. I don't know. Anyway, there's another one. Okay, what else we got here? Oh, there's a John Deere one that goes on the back of the Gator as well. We got a Kubota one. That's just a spare tank. Let's see, up to 28 meters wide. That's not too bad. I mean, we're not, particularly large fields here, so that it might actually work. Oh, I gotta say, when there's something fun about just going up and down the field, everyone. Got your John Deere 4840 pulling, at least where I'm from, I think they call these a mulcher. Mulcher? Yeah, mulcher. Something like this. Basically has a front roller, back roller, and a couple of cultivating tines in the middle there. So yeah, again, a mulcher basically. So yeah, kind of something fun about just doing this, having just, relaxful. That's something I've always said when people sometimes ask, like, why would you want to play a game like this? And we actually get asked that a fair amount, at least on the live streams anyway. That does come up fairly frequently. And what I always tell people, when this is a game you can just sit back, relax, and play. There's nothing, there's no goal per se. Everyone, you can kind of play how you want. Obviously, for most people, the goal is probably to progress up through the equipment, right? You're going to start out small, work your way up to, a John Deere 9RX. Well, not working up to anything red. I mean, what's wrong with you folks? Who would work up to the red equipment? That's just wrong. Anyway, and of course, you don't even have to do that one. If you just want to stay with the equipment you have and just build up your farm, you can do that too. There's all kinds of ways you can play this game, right, everyone? There's no time limits, again, like I said, no goals, nowhere you necessarily have to be, per se. No one to really beat in the game either. It's pretty much how you want to play it, right? Out of curiosity, if we go check the map here, what is this actually leaving on the field as far as... so this is... Oh, this is actually considered cultivated instead of seed bed, isn't it? That's rather interesting. I thought that would have counted as a seed bed prep here. Just the texture is leaving. That kind of looks like seed bed to me, but I guess that is considered cultivated. Okay, well, anyway, we still have not picked out a fertilizer spreader yet. So I'm thinking of the Kubota here might be kind of a interesting choice. We don't have anything like this, and this very much looks like... Where is it here? Is it the Hardy one? No, it is actually different than the Hardy. Okay. I'm just wondering if someone reskinned this, but no, it actually is different than that. So, okay. Anyway, well, I think that's an excellent option. What I might see if we can do, though, is see if we can empty out our current lime spreader without, like, dumping it all over the ground. I don't know if that's possible or not. I want to kind of look into that first. Because if it is, Evan, that seems like the best choice. Then we don't have to buy any additional equipment. Although if we do buy the sprayer, then we can potentially spray for weeds, too, if we end up with weeds, which we probably will, presumably. Oh, it looks like the plow is done over there. Okay, well, let's just throw a hired worker on this. Okay, maybe I won't. There we go. GPS was still active. I thought I turned it off. For those of you wondering, by the way, yes, you do need to turn GPS off. Otherwise, you will not be able to hire a worker. I don't know why they did it that way, but that's the way it is. And that is one white plow. Technically more of a vertical tillage tool than a plow, but it's considered a plow in the game, everyone. go. And I see we got a little cleanup along the edges it looks like we need to do here. I just had a regular hired worker on this one, Everett, as opposed to, say, course play or, well, course play, I guess. And just a reminder here, by the way, if you're not already subscribed to the channel, make sure you click that old subscribe button down below there. And, of course, once you have the subscribe button clicked, make sure you click the bell notification as well. That way you get notified when the latest, greatest RDAllen video goes live. Then also down in the description, you can follow me on the rest of my social media channels there as well. Instagram, Facebook, all that good stuff. And then we'll also have a link to my Twitch channel as well. Those of you watching, of course, probably realize I haven't live streamed here the past month. We'll hopefully be getting back to that here in the next week or so. Been really busy here the last month, so that and, you know, vacation and a bunch of other stuff going on. So yeah, make sure you're subscribed over on, or following, actually, I guess, technically. You know, between Twitch and YouTube, they got to switch up the naming just a little bit. They mean different things, right? But yeah, make sure you're subscribed and or following over on Twitch there as well. That way you get notified when we go live. And I thought we were going to have a little bit missing here, but looks like that finished it all off. Okay, I know there's a little bit more on this end, everyone. And I noticed it here last episode after I finished recording. I was working on this here. I was like, what is up with this? Oh, it's the fence over here. I mean, there's a fence over here. The hired worker slowly worked his way away from the edge of the field. I'm like, oh my goodness, what is he? Oh, that's right. There's a fence. I didn't realize that at first, but oh well. One reason to use course play, I suppose. I don't know why there's a fence over there, but there's a fence over here. One kind of annoying. And you can kind of see the angle the hired worker worked at here. I was trying to, again, like I said, I'm figuring out what was going on here. I didn't even realize it at first. Speaking of fence, it looks like our hired worker with the brilliant there is across the fence partially. Anyway, the fence slowly angles out away from the field here, so that's why over here it's fine, everyone. You know, he's just missing just a little speck, essentially. Yes, the hired worker has somehow crossed half the fence. Okay, then. Well. Brilliant, hired worker. Brilliant. Not really. Go. Give it an around. Looks like we'll have to make maybe one more pass after this here yet. Doing a little cleaning up here for the hired worker. And like I said, once we're done with this tractor, everyone, I think we'll take this tractor, head down to the main farm there again. We'll grab our planter. We're going to start planting on field 1 there. Oh, I don't know. That's a good question. What should we plant? What should we plant here? I'll have to think about it. Doesn't really super matter, I guess. Okay, there we go. And I don't know if I can tell the hired worker to drive home from here. I should probably bring him to the road, and then we can tell him to head to the farmyard. So, farmyard. Actually, you know what? I don't think this is the road here, is it? Nope. Although, for the road, let's see here. This is, where are we at here? There we are. This is like the official path to it. So I suppose we could record a quick route here. So if we go to edit there, hit recording. Actually, you know what? Before we go any further, let's give that a name as well. So this is field 4. And again, we'll probably want to move that at some point. But for now, that should work. And for that matter, too, thinking about it, usually you want to have that on the incoming line, not the outgoing line, but oh well. What happens when you are recording your routes kind of organically, rather than just working on them all at once. Ew, there's a gate there. That'll be lovely for auto drive. Okay, stop recording. Let's connect this to that one. And connect this one to that one as well. That way, again, we can go both ways on the road here. Turn that off. Power on. Should be able to start driving there, I would think. Or not. Maybe not. You know, I guess you could not drive either. Okay, try turning him on. We'll see if he just needs to like sit there and compute a minute while we go fix our John Deere 4840. That is somehow across the fence, which I'm going to assume you're probably not just going to like drive back across this fence, are you? No, of course not. Like, any of you folks ever wonder, like, I can't get back across this fence. I'm like, I'm not seeing how I'm going to get back. How did the hired worker get across the fence? Anyone else, like, wondering this sometimes, Evan? Like, this is not, you know, something out of the ordinary. Hired workers do this a lot, right? They're always doing something stupid like this. Like, how in the world, Evan? Anyone else sit there puzzling on, like, how did the hired... What? Anyway, let's see if we can do a quick pass across here first. And we'll maybe see if we can throw the hired worker back on this and see if he'll be a little bit safer. This tool should be only cultivating Evan, so it shouldn't have a problem going back over work that's already been done. That is one slight problem with tools that have more than one function. Ones that'll plow in the front and cultivate, or seed bed in the back, Evan. Yeah, hired workers. Doesn't work the best with those type of tools, unfortunately. Now we'll just make a pass back to where we left off as well. We'll have nice two headlands up along the top here. Hopefully that'll be pretty good. $77.10. Okay, he did finally reach. I don't know why he was sitting there so long. He just had to sit there and think for a little bit, I guess. I don't know, man. I've seen that before. You know, you tell the hired worker or the AI worker, auto drive worker, to go, and he'll just sit there. I don't know. And then all of a sudden he'll just take off. No idea, but I'm not super familiar with how auto drive all works. Anyway, we'll read a few comments here in a moment from last episode. Let me get the hired worker rehired here in a moment. At least try to anyway. Hopefully that's enough of a headland to keep him out of trouble. Who am I kidding, right? Who am I kidding? We'll have to come back here and fix him for something probably. Okay, couple things. Let's see what's here. Hopefully we got enough time for this yet this episode. Let's see if we can empty this out. Don't know, can you like empty it back into the silo? That would be like ideal, but I don't know if you could do that or not. I want to just run over here real quick, see if there's like any possibility of like emptying this. We can start filling. That's cool. I'd like to empty though. Yeah, I'm not seeing an option for that. I mean, I don't think it is either, is it? Change nitrogen reference value. What does that do? I have no idea. I'm not seeing anything change. Okay, well, whatever. For one thing, I've got lime in here. Lime is not going to change the nitrogen. Okay, so I don't think that's an option. I think we are going to have to either get another one of these, maybe if you want to do solid fertilizer, or Like we're looking at the Kubota sprayer, then that might be a pretty good choice too, I think. Just something different. Plus, we can put herbicide in it as well if we need to. Okay, let's grab the John Deere planter here then. I know the John Deere here as well, but let's use the Kubota, right? Ew. You know, I was just talking about this here last episode, everyone. This particular planter takes seeds and liquid fertilizer. What are the chances, everyone, we're going to be able to get both liquid fertilizer and seed out of this system? If it wasn't for that, everyone, I would absolutely love this system here. I think it'd be the best thing out there. And or if there's any other out there that'll like it, they'd be the best ever. But we'll see if it works, Evan. I guess before we complain about it, let's see once what it does. So we need liquid fertilizer. We don't need that much. How about 10? We start with 10,000. That sounds like a good number. Usually, I think the liquid fertilizer usually lasts a while. So, and then we want some seeds. We don't need that many. 50,000 seems like a good number. Should we go 10? And we'll start with 10. Obviously, again, we got the money for it. I mean, I don't have to really worry about the money, but won't just blow it like we got it, even though we do. Oh, are the covers on this one not open? I guess not. Okay, and if I hit refill. Sad face, Evan. Extreme sad face. Like, really? I got nothing, Evan. I got nothing. I've complained about it before, everyone. If anyone knows a great solution, let me know, Evan. Like, how do I fill this planter and or some of the other planters that are like this? Evan, again, there's multiple planters out there, including in-game planters, everyone, that hold both seed and fertilizer. Whether it be solid fertilizer or liquid fertilizer, it doesn't matter. I mean, either one, when you go to fill the planter, it'll typically fill the seed, and you will not get your liquid fertilizer. Now, I suppose, if I only put liquid fertilizer in this system, would it only fill the liquid fertilizer? I don't know, but I'm not sure on that one. So now I'm kind of stuck. I'm like, how do I get liquid fertilizer? Now, I got liquid fertilizer in the silos. It's not going to fill it, though. So, and this is what we had to do on the last one, everyone. We had to go put down another one for just liquid fertilizer. Which is a real bummer, if you ask me, because this one holds liquid fertilizer. Like giants. For the love of farming simulator, pull your heads out of your buttocks. Nope, that's not the one. Let's see what's here. Lime, big water, nope. We need a liquid fertilizer one here. Steel fertilizer. Is that liquid or solid? I think, yeah, that's the solid one. There we go. That's the liquid fertilizer one. And if you notice, Evan, they're like, it's the same tanks on these. It's just someone put them all together and made it into it's a silo system that holds all the types. And of course, I got to make sure I don't put this one too close to those, because otherwise it's still not going to work, because it's, yeah. As I said again, Giants needs to pull their heads out of their you-know-wheres. Okay, oh, there it is. I was going to say, I know I've seen it around here somewhere. Yeah, let's do another 10,000 liters of liquid fertilizer, even though I got 10,000 liters in that one. I guess if we get the sprayer one, well, actually, no, that should work. The sprayer one, because it can hold both types, should work, and it should ask you. The problem with the planters, everyone, is they don't ask. They just fill up with the first one, and then you're screwed on the second one. And I do, to some extent, understand probably why that works, that one. So, like on the liquid fertilizer spreader, there is one fill tank, and that fill tank, everyone can hold 2 different types. On the planters here, like this one, everyone, there are 2 fill tanks. Hopefully that makes sense, right? Again, the sprayer, there is one fill tank that holds 2 types, or, yeah, it should only be 2 types, right? Because there's liquid fertilizer and herbicide. Get the planter set up here a minute. Oh, speaking of which, what are we going to plant? I mean, that's a good question. Wheat, barley, oats. What can we plant? I think we can plant everything, right? Yep, we can pretty much plant everything. So what would we plant up in Wyoming? I don't know, what do they plant in Wyoming, Evan? I'm not sure. How about some barley? Or oats? Yeah, we're on oats. Let's go with oats. Go with it. So anyway, going back to the planter summon, there's 2 fill tanks, but each tank only holds 1 fill type. Versus, again, the sprayers have one tank that holds 2 fill types. So that's probably why it works with the sprayers. But anyway, okay, back to the comments, Evan. We're going to read the comments there a few moments ago. And also, let me check the hired worker on this field. Is he still doing? You better not have cultivated across our field there, buddy. No, you didn't do that at least. Okay, but he is over here. What the heck is he? Is this one of the tools that is not set up properly, Evan? Or, yeah, it's probably not the tractor's fault. Usually it's the implement's fault. Or the hired worker doesn't know how to turn around with it. Thinking that might be what's going on. We might have to set this up with course play, unfortunately. Let's just, yeah, let's go with course play, Evan. Probably should have done that right away and or done the field ourselves. But, again, if we want to get this farm done and we can't do everything ourselves. Or we could, but you just folks would see a lot of videos of me doing probably the same thing for multiple episodes over and over again. Okay, actually, let's drive on the field here just a little bit. So, course play. Look on that. Number of headlands, 2 should be good, I would think. Generate the course on that. Oh, you're going to go that way on the field, huh? That works, I guess. Either way. Start at first waypoint. Excellent. I know this first section of the field's done already. Oh, well, not going to hurt to do it again. Okay, back to planting. Find that one. Oh, wrong map. Wrong map. I'm like, why can I not enter the vehicle? There we go. Okay, anyway, back to the comments again, everyone. Clyde was saying for the storage yard that you placed down, you need to get 5 of them and put 1 as lime and seed and so on. But well, okay there, Clyde. I'm assuming he's trying to fix the problem I was just talking about here a few moments ago. And that would work, I suppose. But here again, that particular storage yard we put down, holds all the 5, 6 types, whatever it is. Because it holds water too, so it should be 6 different types, right? It holds all 6, everyone. It's just you cannot, depending on what you're trying to fill, get all 6 out of it. Again, the planter being here a perfect example of that. Killen was saying the Kubota dealer in town I work for has 0 farm equipment. Everything is garden tractors or smaller. And I would say the same thing for around where I live as well, everyone. We have a couple of Kubota dealers here as well. I would probably guess the largest tractor they have on the lot is probably less than 100 horsepower. Most of them are smaller utility garden type tractors around the yard. Maybe if you're doing like a small garden type tractors, right? Just smaller tractors. And I don't think I've ever seen any Kubota farm equipment. And then when I say farming, I'm talking the tractors too. You just don't see Kubota out in the farm fields, really. The most you will see occasionally is, Kubota tractor out there, doing hay or something like that. You will see some of that a little bit, but that's usually people that have horses, or maybe they got a couple of cows or something like that. They're not really maybe like full-time farmers per se. They're just growing a couple of cows. They want some meat for themselves. Or of course, people that have horses, they need the hay and all that good stuff. So they might be using a Kubota tractor. Ethan was saying, I'm excited to see what logging changes come with the Platinum map. What I'm nervous about is Giants didn't playtest all these changes. That's a good point there, Ethan. How well, Yeah, because we know a Giant's track record when it came to the release of Farming Simulator 22 have one. Wow. Giants bombed hard, in my opinion. And I guess that's my opinion, but yeah, Giants, that was an absolute fail, in my opinion, as far as the release goes. I mean, they had so many things wrong. It just, like, really? Like, did you guys even open the game up? Because, like, you just opened the game up and you would have realized you got problems. Not to mention, you folks remember when we first had the game, Evan, how much I would complain about my game crashing? My game would crash a lot. Like, I complained about that probably, like, all the time, Evan. It doesn't crash anymore. I forget which update it was. I think it was, like, the 1.4 update, maybe? 1.3, somewhere in there. Again, it took a couple of months, everyone. And I don't remember exactly which update it was, but Giants did finally fix whatever was causing my game to crash. So, I mean, at this point, I would say Farming Simulator 22 is a very solid game. I can't say there's really any, like, super game-breaking issues, other than maybe being able to fill your planter with multiple fill types from a silo system that holds multiple fill types. Anyway, I think we talked about that enough this episode. Speaking of this episode, it is time to wrap it up here this episode, unfortunately, as well. You know what to say, everyone, when you're having fun. Yep, time to wrap it up. So, again, everyone, thanks for watching. Comments or questions, be sure to leave them down below. And until next time.